High School in Cincinnati, Ohio for tonight's high school basketball presentation to the state of Ohio here on Waycross Media. Alongside the man to my right, James Johnson. Hi again, everybody. I'm John Baldridge. As James, a very good matchup tonight. Schools that don't like each other very much, only separated by 3 miles. Mount Healthy comes in struggling this year. They're 2-9 in their 11 games. Northwest is 6-5, trying to get to or 500 tonight here on a beautiful Friday night for basketball.
Yes, we're looking for an athletic.
We got the national anthem, so we're going to listen to that. And stay with us here on Waycross Media. Induction by the Northwest High School band here at Waycross Media tonight here at Northwest High School. Back with James Johnson now courtside here. And James, a very good matchup as I talked about. Both teams coming in off losses, though. What do you expect to see in this matchup?
Well, actually, Northwest beat West Claremont in their last out. But I'm looking for an up and down game. They want to, both teams are going to want to get up and down. They're shooting less than 30% on 3 points. Their field goal percentage isn't very high, but what you'll see is Bronson will be the engine for Northwest. And they'll be trying to get up and down. 2 lefties, Gates and Bronson. They'll want to drive the ball to the hole. And they'll also want to play tight defense to get turnovers. And you'll see that both teams are very athletic.
We'll look at the starting lineups now. First for Mount Healthy, as I mentioned, 2-9 on the year. They've come off a loss against West Claremont back last Saturday. They'll go with Aaron Thurman Jr. at guard, averaging 10 points a game. Their leading scorer, Aaron Vasper Jr., the guard, also 5'11", will start 7-1. He's averaging 7.1 points per game. Darren Stewart, also the junior, will start at guard, averaging 4 points per game. Willie Stevens, the senior, will start in the middle, averaging 3.9 points per game. And Terrell Clerkland, averaging 3.3 points per game. That's the starting 5 under head coach Jerome Nelson for the Mount Healthy Owls. Making the trip, as I mentioned, school's only separated by 3 miles. Northwest here at home tonight, they'll go with Desire Bronson, their leading scorer, averaging 12.6 points per game. Trayvonte Thomas, the sophomore guard, averaging 9.7 points per game, will start at the 2 for Northwest tonight. Meanwhile, Julius Gates will start for the Knights in the middle, the senior, averaging 8.8 points per game. Isaiah Beck, 5.5 points per game, and rounding out the starting lineup for Northwest is Vernon Leonard, averaging 4.5 points a game. The tip is up, and the tap belongs to Northwest. Tonight's officials, Russell Merton, Chad Harton, and Bobby Saggers. Northwest moves it right to left, down low, inside, a beautiful dish down to the block, and laying it in is Julius Gates, and it's 2-0.
Yeah,
what do you expect to see? Some defense, man-to-man here to start?
Yeah, man-to-man, and then they'll try to turn the ball over and get out and run.
Inside, right down to the elbow, and getting into the paint is Darren Stewart. We're all knocked at 2.
Yeah, Bronson and Gates are both 2 lefties. They'll try to penetrate and kick.
A packed house, standing room up in the student section here above the top, the rim we're looking at right now here on the west side. Inside the lane, free throw jumper, and it falls. Trayvonte Thomas gets his first points, and Northwest back on top.
Yeah, they're back in their zone defense now. The Owls don't shoot 3 points very well.
Bad pass, trying to kick it right side, taken away by Northwest, trying to go inside, and laying in, got down to the block, down to the hole, Isaiah Bronson.
That's what they like to do. They like to get out and run and penetrate, take it to the hoop.
Northwest averaging 7 steals per game, leading this Southwest Ohio Conference. And a foul going to be called. That's going to be 3 seconds in the lane, and that will be right back to the Knights.
Yeah, I've had a chance to watch Thompson since he was in middle school, and he's really come along. He's been a high flyer since he was a little kid.
Both of these teams go very deep, James, but they play these starters a handful of minutes. You won't see a lot of subs probably in this first quarter.
No, not in the first quarter. They generally play about seven players, and depending on what the score is, they'll work their JV people in for some minutes at the end.
Northwest is 2-0 in conference play so far on the season. Mount Healthy comes in 1-1 in conference play. In the corner, trapped, trying to get away with it is Gates. He'll bring it back up top. Cross court pass, 3-ball, lines it up, knocks it down. A good pass by Julius Gates, right over to Isaiah Beck. And a 9-2 start here for the Knights. And a timeout, Mount Healthy.
Yeah,
and that's the way you want to jump on them.
Yes, it is. 30-second timeout. And generally, last time I had Northwest, I had them against Talawanda, and they shot the three pretty good that night. So far, it looks like they've got the bullseye going. So we'll see how they do.
If Northwest can set the tempo, they're a very fast-paced team, and right now that's the way this game's been played so far.
They want it up tempo. There's no doubt about that. And but Mount Healthy likes to play the same way, so we'll see who can out-athlete who.
It's going to be the first time out by either team, the first stoppage on the court. When we get back to action in Mount Healthy, we'll get the basketball. 6:10 to go here in this first quarter. Vasper looks inside, gets it to the big man, and pulls up into the paint, rattles around, and it falls in there for DeAndre Chambers. Chambers, who just checked in, did not get the start tonight for this Owls ball club. And you'll see that half-court defense here by Mount Healthy.
Yeah, it looks like they got a matchup zone 2-3 there.
Gates to the corner.
That's what they like to do right there.
Gets it down to Beck, and he'll work the baseline and get to the hole.
They like to penetrate.
Isaiah Beck, his first bucket, and it's 11-4 here early. Trying to go into the other side, and it doesn't hit the rim there for Chambers, taken back by the Knights.
Yeah, Gates has the propensity.
Good kick out by Gates, 3-ball, lined it up, not able to fall home there for the Knights. Taken back by Mount Healthy as they'll cross the half-court line. 3-ball on the other end. Traviante Thomas, his first three, the first three of the night for the Owls.
That was Thurman for the Owls. Nice, look at that. They're coming out firing.
Gates lines it up.
They're coming out firing tonight, you know.
Julius Gates from long distance there. And back to a 7-point lead.
Floater.
Inside going in there was Thurman, and it falls a little too strong off the rim.
Yeah, Gates is strong on the boards there. He's not very tall, but he has a propensity for getting those rebounds.
Bronson tightly guarded there by Thurman as both players fall to deck. The ball falls to the ground, and we'll have a whistle.
Timeout Northwest.
They're going to be a timeout used. Actually, they're going to call this back to Mount Healthy as they'll bring the link to the floor.
Oh, they must not have had possession down there then. Well, we'll get a chance.
Look at the replay here, and
that's that
we're looking at a three right now lined up there by Thurman. That was a nice shot. With 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Over to Chambers. He'll take a long shot, and it's a three, and it falls home. Nobody out there. You got to get your hands up.
they come out gunning tonight, I'll tell you that.
Back and forth we go here early inside. Drawing contact, gets down in the lane, all the way to the block left side, and Traviante Thomas will have the line.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are coming out firing that three because they have the, as you can see, they don't shoot it very well, but tonight we'll see what happens.
Thomas with 5 points back in the win against West Claremont with 4:02, and they're going to say this is on the floor, so back up top, they'll get it in to Julius Gates. He'll hand it over to Beck, gets inside, and he'll draw one more.
And one.
Have a chance to go to the line, and he makes the bucket, and he'll shoot one at the stripe.
Yeah, you can see nice penetration by Beck that time. And he flexes a little bit.
Beck only averaging 5.5 points per game, has 4 right now. And the 77% free throw shooter knocks it down, 17-10.
Yeah, Northwest has 3 left-handers. Beck is one of them.
And I like the way Northwest is playing right now, dropping down to that 2-3. And they're really staying with it. To the corner. Baseline jumper from 5, no good. Second chance, rattles around, and an in and out there for Dickerson, and taken back by Northwest, and a foul on Mount Healthy.
Yeah, Michael Yeomans strong on the board there. He's their energy guy. Bronson is their engine guy. Willie Stevens checks in.
It's going to be the 3rd foul on Mount Healthy here in this first quarter. None so far on Northwest as the full court defense is on. And they'll get it across here and get it down low into the hands of Thomas. He'll go up strong for the block, no good. Miles trying to grab the second chance, and we got a whistle, and this is going to be a tie-up.
Tie-up.
And we'll stay here with Northwest.
Yeah, Gates again fighting for those rebounds underneath. He's got a nose for that.
They'll throw it in underneath the Owls bucket. And set it in the paint here, trying to go inside, and the shot doesn't hit the rim. A second chance, trying to corral it there is Travion Thomas. And we got a little extracurricular activity.
Yeah, this is a high energy game. You can expect that.
As I mentioned, a big crowd here tonight. Schools that only separate by 3 miles here on the northwest side of Cincinnati.
Yeah, Leonard checks in for Thomas for the Knights.
And Northwest last year won both times over this Mount Healthy team back on January 13th, 58-45, and on February 10th, 54-42. So you know Mount Healthy wants some revenge here tonight. They'll have it up top. Inside the lane, trying to get in there was Chambers and gets it taken away. The ball rattles around the timeline, and Healthy will get it back. They're going to go inside all the way to the hole.
Nice
A
drive.
strong right hand there by Orlando Dickerson.
Very nice drive to the basket. This is what I expected from both teams. That high pressure defense there.
17-12, fast pace again inside and down to the hole and laying it in with a strong left hand this time is Isaiah Beck.
Yeah, this is more like it right here.
3 ball, lined it up and knocked it down from the corner. Orlando Dickerson's got 5 straight. A 4-point game again with 2:20 to go here in the first.
Both teams come out
inside and a bad pass taken away by the Owls. Thomas gonna kick to the corner, 3 ball there by Chambers, no good, a second chance, and it doesn't fall home, but heading the line with the board there was Therese Hickson.
Tyree Hingston, yeah.
First of all, his first, team's first.
That's gonna go on Leonard, his first, the team's first here on Northwest in this first quarter, and 2 will come here at the line.
A little short.
First is up and no good by Hingston. Hingston, his first free throw attempt of the season.
Thomas is in for Gates for the Knights, and Lambert in for Chambers.
And it gets pretty loud in here too. It's not very big gym, but you can hear the noise inside this place here on this Friday evening as 0 for 2 there for Hingston.
Leonard, strong rebound that time for the Knights.
Set up top with Isaiah Beck, and a 4-point game. Inside, trying to work his way to the lane, and Bronson gets it taken away on 2-on-2 break, trying to go end to end and not able to lay it in there was Thurman, taken back by Northwest. They'll go on the other side, and a foul called. Throwing up the lob to Aaron Vasper, and he'll head to the stripe for 2.
Yeah, back and forth. On Dixon.
And you can see the replay. We're going very fast right now.
Yes.
It's not really getting the set tempo the coaches might want, but if you want back and forth basketball tonight, that's what we had through the first 7 minutes.
That's what it's going to be.
First is up and no good by Vasper.
Yeah, we do have a packed house here tonight, even the balcony's full.
It's a good crowd for the JV game earlier when I came in this place tonight, and Cheerleaders make some noise. The band into this place as Vasper, a 50% free throw shooter, will have one more. And he goes 0 for 2. And Northwest grabs the rebound and sets it back up. They'll kick it to the corner. 3 ball. Too strong there by Humans. And back to the Owls. And Humans tries to take it away as that one, it goes into the fans over there.
Yeah,
We'll stay with Mount Healthy.
Gates is in for Yeomans for the Knights. He's in for Beck. Got a brief blow.
Into Thurman, their leading scorer, averaging about 10.3 points per game. As they'll have it and kick it to the corner. Inside, trying to get into the paint and gets it blocked there. Kick back out. 3 ball right into the hands, and
Dickerson.
knocking it down was Dickerson.
Long pass. Oh, just missed him.
And it feels like, to me, Northwest in this last 2 or 3 minutes hasn't really got a good possession. They're working it too fast down the floor. They're not setting up the way they started this game early.
Yeah, they've been driving to the basket. That's their game. You won't see a lot of set offense as far as any sets. What they try to do is get it in and run it fast.
Northwest averaging 58 points per game. And they're up 1 right now with 1 minute left here in this first quarter.
Yeah. At this rate, both teams have surpassed their season average.
Inside to the free throw line, jumper no good there, and it deflects out of play. And we'll stay here with the Owls. They'll get it in, try to get it down low into the hands of Hingston. They'll kick it back out. Jumper there, no good, as it stays with it, and backing his way home, staying with his own miss, and laying it in there from the left side is Dickerson, and Mount Healthy has their first lead tonight. Gates tries to get inside, gets it taken away, a 3-on-1 break, and fouled at the other end. Orlando Dickerson to the hole, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, this is the style of game that these teams want to play. Up and down. You can see Gates gets up. Oh, that was close. He almost got it.
Dickerson had 9 on 4 for 8 shooting in the last game for Mount Healthy, and he'll have 2 here, and the first is good.
Caleb Allen's checking in.
As they'll bring a little size in here for Mount Healthy with 16 seconds to go in this first quarter. This is only the 6th free throw of the year for Dickerson, and it doesn't fall in, but it's going to stay off the body of Northwest and under the hoop with Mount Healthy.
They were unfortunate that time. Chambers checking in.
DeAndre Chambers will check back in as Dickerson will take a seat after missing the free throw. With 14.3 to go in this first quarter in a 21-19 game. To the corner, inside. Jumper from 5, no good. Second chance, blocked. Bronson takes it. He'll pass ahead, trying to go on the other end, and it lays in there. Isaiah Beckett, we're all tied at the end of the first quarter. After 8 minutes, it was a back and forth competitive one. It's 21-all here at Northwest High School. We'll be back on Waycross in a moment.
Rose is the official pizza of Northwest High School. Visit the Seven Hills location and enjoy one of our family
Nice replay.
Over 40 menu items.
Beck has been a spark for the Knights tonight. He's been their main guy. Generally, Bronson is their engine. He and Gates really like to get out and get it to drive it to the basket. And basically, like I said, you won't see a lot of offensive sets from these two crews. They want their defense to be their offense.
Yeah, I just thought, you know, they had the good tempo. They got the steals early, and then they kind of just started flying down the floor. They don't need a full court pass, you know, but if it's working, it's working.
Right. This is all adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's what adrenaline and testosterone. That's what these games generally come down to. And these kids, actually, we're right on the border of both neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So they know each other. No. So they grew up together, you know what I mean? So they know each other, and you're not going to outdo me, and I'm not going to let you outdo. So that's a part of this equation.
How we doing here? Welcome back to Cincinnati Northwest High School. With the man to my right, James Johnson, I'm John Baldridge, and we're back to action in a very competitive first quarter after 8 minutes. Still tied at 21 as the Knights will bring it up. Bronson has it. He'll get into the lane, pull up from 6, no good, just a little too strong. And a 2-on-2 break here at the other end. Trying to go in and block. Got his big hand on it there, was Beck, and he'll lose it, trying to stay with it, taken away by Mount Healthy. The chance there, no good by Chambers, he'll stay with it. And DeAndre Chambers puts the Owls back on top. It's back and forth. It's been very fast here early.
Back and forth, back and forth. That's what, hold on to your seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelts.
Two teams that know each other very well. School separated by 3 miles. These kids basically played in the same backyard every single day. 3-ball there by Beck, no good. And Mount Healthy will bring it up. Willie Stevens has man-to-man defense here to start the second for the Knights. As they went 2-3 to start, they dropped now to man-to-man. And you think that's a change they just stall? Or is that something that the way they're playing with a fast tempo?
This is what they want to do right here. They want that. Actually, I was surprised to see him in the zone.
Josiah Bronson, the leading scorer on this team, to the hole, and he'll lay it in. We're tied again.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him in the zone defense.
Bronson, only the sophomore, but having a very good season this year on an answer on the other side. All the way to the hole, Willie Stevens, the 5'7" senior, lays it in. It's 25-23. Over to Thomas, he'll work the baseline, draw contact, and there's a foul.
He got bailed out that time because he was a little out of control.
Northwest, who went 1-1 in the month of January so far, they were 5-4 in December. 6-5 right now. They've come off a win. Meanwhile, for this Mount Healthy team, 1-3 in the month of January so far. Start of the year really bad though, James. They were 1-7. It's got to kind of play with the mental thing a little bit when you start that.
Yeah, it does. It kind of works on your psyche, and then they expend so much energy in the beginning of games. And toward the end of the game, you can see them starting to run out of steam, and that's what Northwest is hoping to do.
Thurman makes 1 of 2, and it's a 1-point game. He's up here with Thomas as he'll set it up. He'll be picked up, and inside they try to hand it off to Aaron Vasper, and it doesn't hit the rim. Taken back by Northwest, trying to go on the other side is Travion Thomas. He gets it taken away. A 4-on-2 break inside, drawing contact, and one more.
And one.
All the way to the hole, and Aaron Thurman, the junior, makes it a 3-point game.
Very nice body control by Thurman, as you can see.
And what a replay right there. You can see it as a couple looks at it here.
Right.
Got inside, draw contact, used that strong right hand, and he'll head to the line to try to add one more.
Yeah, he did that look away.
And it's a 4-point game again.
Leonard's back in.
Leonard will check back in, who started this game for Northwest.
For Yeoman, yeah, they generally use a 7 or 8 man rotation, Northwest does, and they try to keep it up tempo.
Only 4 teams in this Southwest Ohio Conference. There was 5 last year. There's been more than that over the years. But you get to see these teams quite a bit because of it.
Yeah, that's true. And myself personally, I do a lot of Southwestern stuff.
You didn't know my partner over here, he not just calls the games, he's over there reffing the games too, as trying to get inside, and it goes back to the Owls as that one goes out of play.
And it looks like we still got more spectators coming in for this one.
28-24, 5:40 to go here in this first half. And a fun ball game we've had so far through the first 11 minutes.
Back to the zone again.
Inside to Chambers, he'll work it back out to the corner. And a high pass, and that's going to be an overback. Chambers a little too strong trying to get it to his guard, and Aaron Thurman up top. And that's going to be an over and back.
Yeah, look, Northwest went back to their zone defense again after the Owls hit a couple of those threes. But they want to take it to the basket. We'll see if they can maintain this pace.
Bronson behind the back, gets into the lane, and he'll lose it, and it goes back to Mount Healthy.
That's his third turnover so far tonight. He averages almost 5 turnovers a game.
Bronson 4th in points in this Southwest Ohio Conference, coming in tonight's action. As in the hands with Chambers. He'll send it back up top, back to the corner to Chambers. He gets open, sets his feet, in and out, no good for DeAndre Chambers. Ooh. And we got a foul underneath the hoop.
On Stewart.
Personal foul, Mount Healthy, number 12, Aaron Stewart.
Now we'll give it back to Northwest as they'll bring the length the floor. With a little over 5 left here, and you can see the call just got his hand in there and a little over the back called. 2 fouls right now on Mount Healthy in this second quarter. 1 on Northwest. And a 4-point Owls lead on the road, trying to win their first time over Mount Healthy since the 2021-2022 season. Gates cross the timeline.
That's the man of the hour right there. Beck.
In the hands of Isaiah Beck. He'll get it back to Bronson, double team. Bronson gets it taken, but a foul called as Vasper got his hand in there on it. And they're gonna call a block on him.
Yeah, they wanna pressure Bronson. He's their main ball handler. And he's their engine that makes it go.
That's already a 3rd foul on Aaron Vasper, so something to keep an eye on as this game prolongs. Bronson up top. Sends it down low into the block, trying to go up strong and gets it taken away is Thomas. Taken away, Willie Stevens brings it. He'll go on the other end. He'll set it back up top. 3 ball, no good there. Orlando Dickerson, but a second chance. Staying with it, DeAndre Chambers.
Nice putback.
And a timeout, Northwest. And right when you thought Mount Healthy was falling behind to start this game, they climb right back into it, now a 6-point lead.
Right back into it. This is the same thing that the JV did. Looked like they were out of it. But they've come out firing. They're hitting these 3-point shots. They're making layups. We got the little guy, Willie Stevens, taking it to the hole, and Thurman. And if they continue this, they'll both surpass their season average for points.
Both teams do both the curriculars really well. They get out there, they play strong defense, they fight. But sometimes it's just doing the simple things, grabbing the second chances, and right now underneath the hoop, Mount Healthy is grabbing those second chances on the offensive end.
Yes, they are, and they're getting their putbacks. And it looks like if they can maintain this energy level, I think they've got an opportunity.
That's the second timeout used by Northwest. They have 1 left in the half. Going inside, drawing contact is Vernon Leonard, and he'll head to the line. Leonard trying to get his first points of the ball game. And he'll head to the line, a 46% free throw shooter. And he'll have 2. First is up and good.
Yeah, Northwest shoots 66% as a team. Hinkston checks back in for the Owls.
Northwest, both of their wins in conference play come over a couple good teams. They won both times I mentioned last year also against Mount Healthy. And it's a 4-point game with 4:06 to go. Stevens, man-to-man defense, and getting a hand on it, deflecting it out there is Isaiah Beck, and we'll stay with the Owls. You think we'll start to see some slower possessions, or is still going to set that fast tempo here?
It's going to be fast for a while. I expected.
Inside Stevens, the free throw line. Jay doesn't fall. And the rebound corralled by Northwest. This is going to be a foul before the Knights could cross the timeline.
It's already slowed down because they was 21-21 at the half. And the Knights have scored 5 points this quarter.
And that's the 5th foul on Mount Healthy, and with the new rules this year, 2 will come at the line here for Desire Bronson. Bronson makes the first. Bronson leads the conference in assists, averaging 4.2 assists a game, and is an excellent free throw shooter in his sophomore season at 72%, but doesn't make the second 1 and 2 there. Thurman gets it to the corner. He'll swing it over to the left side, set it back up top with Willie Stevens. Back to Thurman with 3:34 left here to play before halftime. Aaron Thurman, he'll kick across to Willie Stevens. Stevens moves inside the three-point line, gets down to the baseline, but doesn't make the shot, rattles out of play, and we'll head back to the Knights.
Yeah, we'll get a chance to see what the energy level looks like in the second half. Like I said, they only play 8 people, 7 most of the time.
And it's a Mount Healthy team that doesn't go fairly deep either. About 9 or 10 guys inside all the way to the hole. Getting to the left block is Bronson, and it's a 1-point game again. And that's deflected right in front of us as Northwest got a hand on it. And it will stay here with Mount Healthy with exactly 3 minutes to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, the Owls normally go 7 and 8 deep as well, so we'll see what the energy level looks like.
30-29. Mount Healthy has it, and they're going to be double-teamed and taken away.
Gates.
Stolen away by Julius.
Yeah.
Gates gets it blocked, but he'll head the line, push in the back, and that's going to go on Orlando Dickerson, and Gates will head for 2.
Personal foul now, Healthy, number 14, Orlando Dickerson, his second.
That's the second on Dickerson. And Gates, who had 8 back on Tuesday night, an 87% free throw shooter. And the lefty's first is up and good.
Yeah, he's their best free throw shooter. He just
It's a team that
hasn't.
shoots the free throws very well. They're excellent at the line. A lot of guys over 70% on this team as Northwest gets the lead back.
Right.
But it's been back and forth really early on in this ball game. What do you expect to see before we get to halftime?
Well, I expect to see it slow down a little bit because of, as you've noticed, they've started fouling a little bit more. It always slows the game down and gives them a chance to set up their defense after their foul shots made. So I think the game will slow down a little bit. As long as they can get the ball through the hoop, get out and run, we'll have a faster paced game. Once you see a lot of foul shots and stuff, the game slows down.
Northwest already at the line right now. They're in the bonus with 5 on Mount Healthy. 1 foul so far on Northwest. All timeouts used by the Knights as they call their final right there. Mount Healthy still with 3 handfuls of them. And a 31-30 game. We thank you very much for joining us here on Waycross on this Friday night, January the 12th, 2024. And a big community rivalry matchup, big bragging rights on the line. A good crowd here to see it on the northwest side of Cincinnati, Ohio. And Mount Healthy will bring it up and do so with Thurman. Get it inside here. Kick it back over to Thurman. He's double teamed in the corner.
Northwest in that
over
zone.
back to Stevens. And they're going to really use the clock, and why not with no shot clock. And almost a carry there on Stevens, but they'll get it inside. The shot from 5, and it falls.
Yep, Lambert.
Lambert just checking in for the first time and puts the Owls back on top by 1. Uriah Lambert, the junior guard, averaging about 6 points a game and gets his first 2 right there. Inside, trying to get into the paint, taken away. 2-on-2 break. Lambert going end-to-end, and he'll lay it in with the right side.
2 in a row.
3-point game again, and Mount Healthy back on top. Bronson inside, trying to go a little too fast, gets it taken away. Lambert takes it, gets it ahead here to Thurman, and they'll set it back up top. And a bad pass by Thurman falling to the deck there was an out, and it will go back to Northwest.
Turnover, go back the other way. It was a close call.
Could have possibly been a foul there as that went inside. Bronson gets it stripped. Other end trying to go full steam ahead, and down into the lane is Therese Hingston, and he'll go to the line.
Right, yeah. As you can see, the fouls are picking up. The fouls are picking up, so that'll slow the game down. You know, sometimes those fouls happen because of the kids being tired or whatever.
It's only the second foul on Northwest in a very fast-played first half. We only gone about 40 minutes or so before we started this ball game. Here with 1:32 to go as the first free throw is up and no good. Hingston one more, and he'll go 1 for 2. And it's back to a 4-point game. And Northwest will move it right to left and get it into the hands here of Gates. Back over to Bronson. Get it inside the three-point line, back up top to Bronson. He'll line it up from distance from about 30 feet, and a little too strong. Corralled by Thurman, he'll get inside the lane, and we got a foul, and that's gonna be a carry out front as the refs were right on top of it. And I believe that's your buddy right there. You, of course, ref some games. That's your partner, Russell Merton, sometimes.
Yeah, that's right.
As he was right on top of it with 1:05.65 seconds to go. And into the hands here of Beck. He'll kick to the corner. Gates lines it up. In and out, no good. Beck stays with it. Isaiah Beck corrals the rebound. Back up top to Julius Gates. Gates inside the paint, draws contact, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, this is, you can see their game plan very clearly. They want to make sure to put pressure on Bronson and get the ball out of his hands. Like I said, he's got 5 turnovers already tonight. That's what they want to do.
Well, we talked about it earlier. I felt like Mount Healthy, early on in that second quarter, they were able to corral the second chances, and right now you see Northwest able to have a second chance opportunity as the first falls there for Julius Gates.
Right, and Gates, he just has a knack. It's amazing how he just has a knack to get those second chance points and rebounds.
2 of 2 for Gates.
And when he gets to the line, he makes it count.
We'll see if they hold for a final shot with 40 seconds to go here in this first half in a 2-point game. Baseline jumper, a little too strong there for Hingston, but Mount Healthy gets the second chance opportunity inside. They'll set it back up top, get in the hands of Chambers. 20 seconds to go, and they'll hold for a final shot. Thurman has it up top around the Northwest logo here in Cincinnati. Thurman, man-to-man defense. 7 seconds, he'll kick the corner. A good pass over to Dickerson, too strong. Thurman tries to growl, the rebound taken away, and not able to get to the other end of the floor is Leonard, but a very competitive first half. And what are your comments?
Well, my comments is I expected them to want to get up and down. So this is basically playing out like I thought it would. But they played, our first quarter, it was tied 21 points apiece. And as you can see, the score kind of declined a little bit. That's because they kind of settled in. And also, you notice that Mount Healthy was getting a lot of second chance points. That turned around in the second quarter with Northwest starting to get some rebounds in the second half point.
16 competitive minutes down, 16 to come. Mount Healthy with the lead at the break. We'll come back with the second half action. You're watching basketball here at Northwest High School in Cincinnati on Waycross Media.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back here at Northwest High School on Waycross meeting tonight, alongside the man to my right, the man of multi-talents, a referee. Also helping me out tonight, James Johnson. I'm John Baldridge. And James, just breathe for a second. It's been a very fast first half, 16 minutes down. Just slow down, and we got 16 more fun ones to come.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing the play-by-play.
Well, it's been a fast-played first half, 35-33, as Mount Healthy will get the basketball about 20 seconds before we get back to play here. As a good crowd here tonight, band making some noise before we do so. And really, what do you expect to see here the next 16 minutes?
Well, you can see that Northwest, they're coming out in their zone defense, so they want to slow it down from that standpoint, turn the ball over, and get out and run on the offensive end. They want to use their defense as offense.
We saw Northwest start at a 2-3, went back to a man-to-man to start the second. We'll see what they come out here with. But the way we're playing, maybe you want to rest. Guys have got to get a little fatigued. Both teams don't go very deep.
No, they don't. 8 men tops. So they're back out in there.
And it's taken away by Desire Bronson on the first play. Inside, going to the hole, laid it in. Isaiah Beck, and we're tied again. A quick start there for the Knights.
Yeah, right on script.
Inside, down to the elbow, and knocking it down. From 15 feet, pulled up strong is Orlando Dickerson, who had a very good first half. Bronson, the leading scorer on the ball club, trying to get inside. Hits the rim, no good. Taken back and set up top here for the Owls. Inside the lane, Dickerson gets in there strong down the block. Missed it, staying with it is Chambers. Second chance.
Point.
No good. Taken away by Julius Gates as he's double teamed and has it right across that half court line. To the corner to Beck, gets it inside. No good, rattles around just a little too strong for Human, staying with it and getting fouled underneath. Beck stayed with it, went up strong from the left block, and he'll head to the line.
That was good sportsmanship there.
Personal foul now healthy, number 12, Darren Stewart. His
That's the third on Darren Stewart early here in this third quarter. So you can check the replay and a little contact underneath there.
Right, and he helped him up, so that was good. That's good sportsmanship for such a rivalrous game.
Beck has been 6 for 6 from the line since the 22nd. And he makes it 7 for 7 right there.
Yeah, Kirkland checks in for the Owls.
Beck a 77% free throw shooter, and he goes 1 for 2. So I mentioned earlier, both of these teams shoot the ball very good from the line, something that Northwest did a lot of in that second quarter. Inside all the way down to the baseline, making the 5-footer there. And it's back to a 3-point game.
And you can see both teams want to take it to the hole quickly.
Gates trying to get it inside, and it's taken away, looking for Humans. Chambers sets it up top. And we'll see that 2-3 defense and a little zone here for Northwest to start. Inside, a 15-footer falls in from the right side, got past the defender, a nice screen set, and Orlando Dickerson knocks it down.
Nice form that time by Nickerson.
To the corner. Miles sets it back up top to Beck, and he'll be fouled out front.
Dickerson.
That's the third on Dickerson, and you got to check both of these teams, especially Mount Healthy, already in some foul trouble early, and that's already the second foul here before 2 minutes played in this third quarter.
And you can see that they have an up-tempo pace so far.
Inside, down to the free throw line, in and out, no good, but Desire Bronson will head to the line.
Yeah, that was on Chambers.
And this is the way Northwest wants to play. You know, they're getting the ball inside, they're getting to the line and slowing the clock down and getting right back into it.
Right, this actually is the way both of them want to play. And because that plays to their advantage because historically this year they haven't been very good shooting from the outside. So that's what they're doing.
Bronson, who's an excellent free throw shooter, like many people on this team, as I mentioned, 72%. Misses the first, but makes the second. 4-point game, 41-37. Inside, Bronson gets a hand on it, and it's taken away by Northwest, and the fourth foul here already on the Owls.
Mercy, that's
Personal foul number healthy, number 15, Tyree Hingston.
That's going to go on Hingston, his second, as Northwest will bring it the length of the floor.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Thank you very much for joining us. Alongside our producer tonight, Tony Suarez. Man to my right, James Johnson, and our entire crew. I'm John Baldridge here on Waycross. Inside, down to the block, and gets in there strong, right to the hole. Julius Gates, and it's back to 2. Back and forth we go, partner, all night long.
Yeah, it looks like the Owls are a little bit back on their heels starting out, a little tentative.
Now see some, it's kind of a spot man-to-man defense. As they'll kick to the corner, 3-ball, rattles around, in and out, no good. Staying with it underneath and not able to corral it was Hingston, and it will go back to Northwest.
Leonard checking in for the Knights.
Vernon Leonard, who started the game, checks back in for the first time here in this second half. Good crowd, as I mentioned. Small gym, gets very loud in here on the northwest side of Cincinnati.
The Owls want to pressure.
Northwest won both times last year. The 3-ball, no good there by Bronson, but deflects back out into the hands of Miles. He'll kick the corner. Beck lines it up. Too strong. Third chance inside. Jolly contact and one more.
And one.
Humans battle his way home, and we're tied up again.
Yes, sir.
Mikael Humans, the junior, will head to the line and have a chance to give the lead here to Northwest. Under 5 in this first half, and
Stevens,
a great job right there to stay with it and to corral some boards.
Right, that's right. And they got Stevens and Sanders checking in now, and they're going to have to go a little bit deeper because of the foul trouble.
And already 5 fouls in this third quarter. As we mentioned earlier, the new rule in high school basketball, 5 in the double bonus. 3-ball, no good. As we're all tied at 41. And we got a carry under, that's going to be a travel underneath there.
Yeah, that was
Gates grabbed it, but he walked.
Nice energy by Sanders that time to battle for that ball. And the Owls get another possession.
Underneath, they'll throw it in with Chambers. Set it back up top over to Thurman. Thurman looking towards the left side and throws it into the Mount Healthy bench. Looking there for his counterpart and Aaron Vasper. Just a little too much English.
Yeah, they didn't need that, but you know, we still got a lot of game to go. We want to see how they finish out. That's been the issue with both teams.
Gates gets it ahead, gets it into the hands there of Beck, and he's fouled away from the hoop. That's the 6th foul here with 4:24 to go in the third.
That's on Thurman.
You really don't want to get this far in foul trouble already in the double bonus.
No, simply because you don't use that many players as it is as far as your depth.
Well, you mentioned it way back early on. These teams don't go very deep as we talked about. But these JV players already had to play a long game tonight.
Right, and they can only play X amount limited minutes if they play with the varsity anyway. But they can use them to spell some of the varsity players. So we'll see how it turns out with
Beck trying to go 2 for 2. And the second one in and out, no good. 1-point lead for the Knights.
Very competitive.
Thurman double teamed up top, gets it in the hands over left side, trying to get inside the 3-point line. And Vasper will be fouled, the first foul here on Northwest in this third quarter.
Personal foul, Northwest, number 1, Isaiah.
That's going to go on Isaiah Beck, his second.
Team's first. That's their first foul of the half for the Knights.
Northwest has been down most of this ball game since the second quarter, but back on top by 1. Line it up for 3 from straight on from downtown, knocking it home. Aaron Thurman, and it's a 2-point lead again for the Owls.
Yeah, he shoots 30% from 3, so that's a pretty good percentage.
Down to the free throw line, into the paint, knocking it down, Bronson, and we're tied up again. 44 all, 3:46 to go. Chambers to the corner, trying to get it inside to the free throw line. Basper pulls up, left it short, passed ahead here, trying to go on the other end and lays it in. A beautiful pass ahead to Humans, and the Knights 46-44 back on top. And the fast pace we go again.
Yes, we do.
Chambers inside, and there's going to be a call out front. This is going to be a travel, and back to Northwest.
Yeah, Gates checks in for Beck.
You can see the 3 there. That was some good shooting from both teams so far. But really, when it comes down to it, James, it's just going to be who can win the second chance opportunities.
That's what it's going to come down to, because they're going to continue to drive the ball to the basket, and we're going to have to watch this foul trouble. We're only in the 3rd quarter now, but we'll see what that looks like in the 4th quarter.
If you're Jerome Nelson, the head coach of this Mount Healthy team, what do you tell your players? You want to play fast, but you can't foul right now. You've already got them in the double bonus. You got to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, well, you got to let them be who they are.
Yeah.
Is what you have to be, because what do they have to lose? You know, they've had a tough season so far. Let them play and be who they are, and then let the chips fall as they may. Right now, they're, because of who they are, they're in this game.
Nelson, a very young head coach. His 3rd year is looking inside and laying it in. Got it down to the block, and Leonard makes it a 4-point lead. 48-44. To the corner, looking inside, trying to go up strong in the block, and a chance for one more. Inside, went up strong with the left hand, and Jeremiah Sanders has his first points.
He's been active. I'm not surprised to see him get that basket. That was a nice take with the left hand.
A little fired up after that one.
Right.
As we mentioned, schools separated by 3 miles, schools that don't like each other very much. Family members have probably had kids go to one school, one or the other, and it's been back and forth in this ball game so far. As this one's the flex out of play and will stay with the Owls after the missed free throw.
Right. This is right where the Owls really want to be in this game. Maintain their intensity. I personally wouldn't change anything.
They get it into the hands there.
Sanders.
No good. He'll stand with it. Sanders. Jeremiah Sanders. We're tied up again. Stayed with it for a second chance, and it's 48 all. Gates up top. Double team. A lot of pressure here for Mount Healthy. They'll get it into the hands. Trying to look inside for Leonard and deflects out of play. It will stay with Northwest, but that pressure is intense right now.
I wouldn't change a thing. Let them be who they are, and let the chips fall.
It's a Mount Healthy team that's 2-9, but Jerome Nelson not afraid with the fouls to let his guys just keep playing tough inside, and there's going to be another foul called. Getting inside the 3-point line is Humans, and he'll head to the stripe.
Yeah, they just.
It's going to be on Lambert, only his first.
Yeah, Uriah Lambert, and we'll see what it looks like in the next quarter. That's what I'm interested to see, because
only 2 fouls on Northwest with 2:28 to go.
And we got Vassar Jr. See, they're getting different people in. See,
some subs being made both ways here.
Sanders has given them some good minutes.
There's one more coming here. It's a little too strong, 1 for 2. And it's a 1-point game. Chambers trying to go inside, and he'll draw contact. This is going to be the third foul here in this 3rd quarter on the Knights of Northwest.
Yeoman.
Chambers will throw it in underneath the hoop.
Here's the man of the hour.
As Isaiah Beck will check back in. And
Right.
they're going to give Thomas a rest here.
Yeah, Beck has really been the spark for them tonight.
They'll throw it in underneath. Set it back up top to Willie Stevens, who checked in. 3 ball from him from straight on, no good. And a chance for a 3-on-2 break pass ahead to Beck. He just checked it, missed it. Second chance, staying with it underneath. And Julius Gates on the other side. And it's a 3-point game, 51-48. It might be the first of 70 night here. It's been back and forth, a lot of scoring in this ball game. Inside, and we got a deflection out of play. We'll stay with Mount Healthy.
Yeah, we still got 1:54 left to go in this game. The fouls have a tendency to even out as the game goes along.
Gates has been active on the glass tonight, and right there makes it a 3-point game. Vasper has it up top. Aaron Vasper gets it deflected, taken away. Beck trying to go for it. Ball rattles to the floor. People hit the deck. And we'll stay with Mount Healthy as this one's off the hands of the Knights.
They're letting them play.
See the replay, got his hand right in there on it.
Yes, he did.
Just wasn't able to go track it down.
Chambers checks in.
It's been a war out there, a fight tonight to hang on to the basketball. A Northwest team that takes it over about 7 times a game. And a foul. This is going to be the 4th of the 3rd quarter. And that's going to be up there on top with Isaiah Beck, his 3rd foul.
Right, yeah, the fouls have a tendency of evening out. It's funny how that happens. And it's not an intentional thing, it just happens. So we'll see how they finish out the quarter.
1:30 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Over the hands of Willie Stevens. He'll get inside the 3-point line. Down to the block, going up strong. And Sanders from the left side.
Sanders.
And it's a 1-point game. Vernon past the corner inside. Going in strong is Beck.
Sanders.
He'll miss it. And Sanders corrals the board. Sanders
He's giving them some
passed
good
ahead.
minutes, buddy.
And Thurman has it up top with 60 seconds to go. 3 ball, too strong from the left side there by Sanders.
Heat check.
Jeremiah Sanders been all over it. Down low to Miles. He'll go up strong. Miss it, stay with it, and lay it to the right side.
Second chance.
Julius Miles, a second chance, just what you said.
Right.
And we got a whistle on a 3-point game. They're going to call a warning there.
Right.
That's going to be on Northwest as Mikel Human said something after the play.
Well, he hit the ball. He shouldn't have hit the ball when it went through the hoop, and that delays the other team taking it out right away. So that's a delay warning. If it happens again, it's a
dish
technical.
to Sanders there. That's going to be a warning on the junior and Humans. 53-50, 35 to go here in the 3rd. Thurman in the corner, gets inside, down to the elbow, rattles around, got the shooter's bounce, and it falls in. 1-point game again, and a game that's been back and forth, tightly fought all night long. Inside, trying to go up strong on a pass into Humans. Contact, gets it back, lays it in. They will have the line. Mikel Humans right there to clean up his own miss with 13 to go, and a beautiful look at it. Stayed with it, went up strong, and drawed contact.
Yes. That's the story of the game, those second chance opportunities, and both teams have been getting them.
And you notice that you don't see behind us very much, but all the Mount Healthy people are behind us.
Yes, they are.
And at Northwest is across from us, so a lot of noise being made over there right now as the free throw's no good with 10 seconds to go. Kick to the corner, 3 ball. Chambers lines it up, no good. Tip back into the hands of Sanders. He'll go strong. Sanders gets it blocked. Sanders stays with Jeremiah. Sanders blocked again. And
foul.
Yeah. And we'll have a little debate going on as got a hand on it there was Leonard.
Yep, that's the 5th. That's the 5th. So Sanders will shoot 2 free throws with nobody on the lane.
Sanders will head to the line here, so stay with us as we're checking. The block is going to be called as time expires.
Yep,
you can see the replay here under the hoop. That's on Leonard. As he stayed with it, Sanders went up strong, got it back, and got the contact. And he'll head to the line as this place gets loud at the end of the 3rd. Sanders, a 46% free throw shooter, misses the first. 55-52. One more for Jeremiah Sanders. It's up and good. A 2-point game after 24 minutes. We got a competitive one here at Northwest. We'll be back for the final 8 in a moment. You're listening to basketball in the state of Ohio on Waycross. I can hear you better through the headset. It's
I'd say a year before last.
yeah, I heard it. I think with that, it's going to be a little talking, so they're going to have to be calling it tight.
Yes, you know, because it started to get heated just right there, you know. So we'll see. You know, they've already pretty much reached their season average in points, and the intensity is only going to elevate now.
You know when this school was built?
No, it was built. I moved out here in 1988, and it was already in existence.
Okay.
It had probably been in existence about 5 to 10 years. This and Coleraine were sister, brother and sister schools at that time.
Go whenever they would want us to go. Back here at Northwest High School on Waycross Media tonight, a school built back in the 1980s. And a competitive ball game, 53-55. Knights have it with the lead, trying to win their 3rd straight over Mount Healthy in the last 2 seasons. Up top with Isaiah Beck, he'll get inside, draw contact, and a foul. And it's getting very hot out there right now, especially into the 3rd quarter.
Yes, yes it is. And they are going to call it a little tighter just to see if they can maintain.
That's on Thurman, his 4th foul. As 2 will come here for Isaiah Beck after the contact underneath, and he'll make the first.
Yeah, Beck has been very productive here tonight. Look who we got coming back in.
Sanders, you've been saying this all night long, especially in that 3rd quarter, got real active.
Right.
Jeremiah Sanders back into the ball game as Thurman takes a seat.
Good minutes there.
One more here for Beck, who 77% from the line, goes 1 for 2, and it's a 1-possession game. Head to Willie Stevens inside the paint, and he'll roll back up top around the logo.
Man to man.
Inside, Stevens gets it stripped away, taken away by Bronson. He'll go end to end and lay it in from the left side. 58-53. 5-point lead for the Knights. Back up top to Stevens with no shot clock and use as much time as they want, and that's going to be a foul. Trying to get his hand in on it after just getting the steal with Isaiah Bronson, and he's called for some contact.
Yeah, he got him. He got him. He got him. The coach is throwing his hands up, but he fouled him. It was definitely a foul.
Bronson, the leading scorer on this team, had a really good ball game tonight, coming in after having 19 back on Tuesday. Right around there right now.
Yeah, the emotions start running a little high when these games are close like this.
As Orlando Dickerson, who had a very good first half, will check back in as Willie Stevens will take a seat for Mount Healthy. As the crowd making some noise, it's been a fun night here in January between these 2 schools. Here in the Southwest Ohio Conference basketball on Waycross. To Dickerson, he'll move inside the 3-point line, down to the baseline. Send it across court, pass over to Chambers. Chambers picked up by Bronson. Isaiah Bronson almost gets a hand on it, back up top. Bassford and they'll use time, already 20 seconds on this possession. Kick to the corner, 3 ball is good. Orlando Dickerson dots it up, and we're back to 2.
Yeah, you can feel the temperature starting to rise in this game. And we'll see who handles it the best.
Bronson picked up here, up top by Humans, goes around his back, gonna swing it to the corner, 3 ball, in there, it's good on the other end. They respond back with Isaiah Beck. Inside, going in strong there is Bassford, And maybe could have been a charge. They're going to call the block.
Yeah, Thomas.
And Aaron
Just at
Vasper
the
will
very
go on.
end, he as soon as he elevated, oh, he won't show that one.
There's
That's
the
the
three
three-point.
there. And then the response on the other end. It's gone back and forth with the three ball all night long. Vasper only 50% from the line. Will have two.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this foul situation.
One right now on Northwest. One on Mount Healthy. 6:17 to go. As I mentioned earlier, Mount Healthy 2-9 on the year. Northwest trying to get to over 500 at 6-5. Home crowd making some noise behind the goal here, and the first is up and no good by Vasper. You can see the crowd here. They're really getting into it in that student section.
Yeah, Yeomans checks back in for Thomas.
One more here for Vasper. We'll just let you hear the crowd. It's really loud, and it's up and good. 1 for 2 for Vasper, and back to a 4-point game in the full court defense on almost a trap.
Press.
Bronson gets it ahead, and then hands it back. Down low and
They get
underneath, right through the legs there of Vernon Leonard.
They get the turnover. That they just stay who they are. Stay with their personality.
Seeing that fast pace all night long. We'll see if they go with it here, but they're going to slow it up and set a high screen for Vasper. Vasper going to set it over and hand it off. Into the hands, trying to go in low and take it away. Stolen pass ahead was Gates, got it in the hands in front and missed it there. Underneath the hoop was Northwest, and we're going to have a tie-up. Try to get it ahead to Bronson, but a tie-up underneath.
Owls ball.
This will be Owls basketball, as you just said.
Thurman just checked back in for the Owls. Give them a little bit more ball handling.
Starting to see those screens back in action. You think they try to run some set plays here?
I don't think that's their DNA.
Yeah.
I think that they have a semblance.
They'll give it to Chambers. As trap over towards the sideline, and it's going to be a foul
On Bronson.
over there.
That was another foul on Bronson.
That's his second, team's third.
It's a second on Bronson, the team's third here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we're going to have to watch that foul situation. It just gets a little tighter here.
3 ball from long range, no good there for Thurman, and taken back by Northwest. Both of these teams over their average scoring totals coming in. Inside with Bronson, and Isaiah Bronson a little too strong off the back of the rim. Taken across, free throw line jumper, and gets the shooter's roll right there. Going in strong was Vasper, and it's back to a 2-point game, 61-59, and here we go again. The corner to Humans, he'll line it up, and it's too strong off the back of the lip. Take it inside there by Thurman, pulls up from 8, no good, but stays with it. Aaron Thurman in the corner, trying to pass away, taken away, and 2-on-1 break, trying to go in and lays it in. To the left side, Mikel Humans, and it's 63-59.
Yeah, that was a nice breakaway by Yeomans and a nice left-handed finish.
Thurman is going to use the clock here. Not healthy, trying to get inside. They will with Aaron Thurman. Pulls up and leaves it short.
They got
3-on-2 break. Trying to go inside is Gates and misses the shot. Taken back by the Owls. They'll go inside a 4-on-2 break, but they'll set it to the corner. Look inside.
Sanders.
Sanders, and Jeremiah Sanders makes it a 1-point game. And the full court defense on again here. Under 4 we go. And this OHSAA men's varsity basketball action. Inside, Bronson swings to the corner. Going in is Beck and misses it. Taken back and a 2-on-1 break for Vasper. Almost losing and gets it blocked. Stuffed into the back wall. Desire Bronson got back there and got his big left hand on it.
Yes, they did. Sanders pulled down a nice, strong rebound on the defensive end. They had the fast break, but Bronson got back.
It looked like he had a hole, but then he lost the basketball and gave Bronson just a second to get back there and keep it a 2-point game. The timeout is used.
Full timeout for the 60-second timeout for the Knights, but this is the action that we're going to see for the rest of the way. We'll see how attrition.
Mount Healthy this year is 0-1 in games decided by 3 points or less. Northwest 1-1. And it might come down to that right now.
Well, you know, I'm looking forward to it personally. I'm caught up in the game, and that's a good thing about doing this particular job. You get to see it from a different.
Back here with James Johnson. My name is John Baldridge. We thank you very much for joining us on Waycross tonight. And it's a 2-point game right now, and what do you think the coaches are telling them in this timeout?
I think the coaches are telling them really just to crash the boards like they've been doing and value the ball. Value the ball right here. You don't want to give the other team that, you know, we saw that 3-on-1 and 2-on-1. We don't want to give them those opportunities. Value the ball.
Willie Stevens will throw it in underneath. Try to set it back up top. Get it to the corner over to Thurman. As the man-to-man defense on for the Knights. Inside looking for Sanders. Couldn't hang on to it. Fall into the deck was a Knight. It's going to stay underneath with Mount Healthy. It's a little scrum we've seen, especially in this second half, to fight for the basketball.
Yeah, they're staying aggressive, which is, I think it's a good idea.
Try to get it in here with Stevens. Only 5'7", but he's their target man, getting the basketball in these late game situations.
10 minutes after the end of this game.
Stevens going to get it inside. Into the hands of Dickerson, and he'll hand it off over to Chambers. 3 ball. Dickerson too strong. On the back of the iron and taken back by the Knights. Bronson trying to cross the half-court line, gets it taken away. Stolen by Beck. Beck loses it, and it's scrum back to the Howells. They'll look inside to Sanders.
Sanders.
Oh! Against Jeremiah Sanders! And he'll have a chance for one more. Sanders backing his way in. Sanders only averaging 6 points per game, but right there, a big bucket.
Left-handed. Oh, what an effort. Oh, what an effort.
Sanders, the junior, using every inch of that 6'2" frame he has a chance to give the Owls the lead back here with 2:59 to go. And he'll rattle around, no good. But right there is Chambers for the board. Inside kick in the corner by Thurman. Lines it up, knocks it down. Orlando Dickerson from distance. And the Owls a 3-point lead.
That foul over on Stevens.
It's going to be the second foul here of the 4th on Mount Healthy, 4 on the Knights.
Yeah, Northwest next foul will put them in the Owls in the bonus. Sanders is really giving them some good minutes.
Bronson has it. Picked up tightly by Willie Stevens, and this is going to be a whistle, and that's going to be a foul on Willie Stevens as they're going to get him.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive, but he'll take that.
It's going to be his second.
Now the Knights really have to value the ball now.
They'll try to trigger it in here and get it in the hands of Vernon Leonard.
Oh!
And Leonard makes a silly mistake, forgot that Bronson was behind the timeline, and that gives it back to the Owls. The Owls will get the basketball back with a 3-point lead. Trying to come out of here with their 3rd win of the year with 2:38 to play and a timeout used.
Timeout out.
And that's going to be Mount Healthy.
30 seconds.
It's going to be their 2nd timeout of the half. That's going to be a full timeout.
Did he change it?
And this is a big possession here coming up. You got to find a way to get a stop if you're Northwest, not trying to make it a 2-possession game.
Right, and they have plenty of time. There's plenty of game left, but they have to value the ball, just like that last turnover. Those, when you come down the stretch in these tight games like that, they come back to bite you. And
that's a good look right there at both head coaches giving instructions to their team.
And that's what they're talking about over here.
And we've seen Northwest go from a 2-3 to a man-to-man. They're kind of going with more of a man-to-man look here. Try to get some pressure on the inbounds.
They will, but I think they'll go back to the zone. And that way that allows them to have to be patient, as in the Owls, causes them to have to be patient, and that gives Northwest an opportunity to make a steal, get it back the other way, use their defense. It looks like they're coming out in a zone look right now. But that's what I expect them to do.
Northwest leads the conference in steals this 2023-2024 season so far.
Yeah, see, they're back in the zone.
Over to.
See, that's what they wanted to do
Dickerson
right there.
And taking away a bad pass, trying to go in
yeah.
and lays it in.
That's what they want.
Humans.
That's what they want. And now the Owls are gonna have to be patient, and if they don't, it's gonna cost them.
1-point game. A big possession here with 2 and change. Back to that 2-3 as you mentioned. To the corner of Dickerson. He'll swing it back to the wing, back up top, and get it in the hands of Thurman. They can use all the clock they want, as everybody knows no shot clock in high school basketball. Thurman with 1:40 to go. Thurman loses it. Ball falls to deck. Players fall to the floor, and it's going to go back to Northwest.
Yep. This is how they want to do it, and because it's harder for these high school guys to be patient when they want to go.
It's been a little too much dribbling out there tonight
Right.
sometimes,
Right.
and that's what we saw just right there.
Right, and it goes both ways. So we'll see how it works out, but I expect they'll stay in their zone. Now the Owls, on the other hand, they'll go man-to-man.
We'll see the man-to-man press here, as you mentioned. And they'll get it in and a foul right away, trying to look for Desire Bronson. And Willie Stevens is called for a hold.
That's their
Personal
fourth.
foul now, Healthy, number 4.
That's the 3rd on Stevens, the 4th foul on the Owls here tonight. 4 on both teams now here in this 4th quarter. And they'll get it ahead, a bad pass, but luckily Beck gets it back for Northwest. And Bronson has it, and they'll try to get a good shot here, down 1.
And he's gonna look for that drive and kick.
Under 90 seconds. Beck up top with Bronson. He loses it. Ball falls to 4. It's going to be a tie-up, and this will stay with Northwest. And again, just a little too much.
Yeah, these young guys, it's hard for them to be patient when the adrenaline and testosterone is going, and we'll see how it works out for the Knights.
1:22 left here in regulation. 66-65. Northwest trying to clang the lead back inside, going into the hole and makes the layup. Travion Tate Thomas, and a timeout, Mount Healthy, and just what you needed right there.
Yes, sir. But just wait. There's more.
It's been a fun one all night long here on this January 12th. I know everybody has their Friday night evening plans. We thank you very much for spending it here on Waycross.tv. As a very competitive game we've had, it's going to be a very competitive next 60 seconds. And you try to draw something up here. Does Mount Healthy try to look for a play just straight to the hole?
No, because the Knights, they're going to be in their zone. And I think what you'll see is either Stevens or Thurman try to penetrate and kick. It wouldn't surprise me if they have Sanders in there for the rebounding, but I would imagine that Thurman and Stevens will be your ball handlers, and they'll try to penetrate and kick it out to one of those other players.
Nick Argentati, the head coach of Northwest, and Jerome Nelson of Mount Healthy, both giving their final instructions before we get back to action as Northwest with the 1-point lead as the Owls bring it up. Thurman sends it to the left point. 3 ball, no good there by Dickerson. And we're going to have a foul. This is going to be underneath.
Yeah,
this is going to go on the Owls.
They're going to have to try to play to get the steal or foul.
Under a minute. They can use all the clock they want, and that's really what the plan's going to be, I would assume.
I'm surprised he took that shot.
Gates trying to cross the half-court line. Some trouble to do so, and we're going to have a timeout used. This is going to be the second to final one for Northwest as they had trouble getting across the floor.
Yeah, you had to figure that the coach wanted them to try to penetrate and then kick it out on that play instead of settling for that 3-point play. But like I said, it's hard for these young guys to be patient when it comes to.
Mount Healthy will be back inside the Cintas Center on Sundays to take on Loveland before they take on Middletown on the road next Tuesday. 8 Mile for Northwest. At Ross next Tuesday before they get Harrison next Friday. So some competitive games coming up for both teams, trying to both get a win here tonight with 49.1 to go. And a big possession coming here for Northwest with the lead. And we'll see if they can use some of this clock and come away with the win. Here at home, looking for their 3rd straight win over this Owls ball club.
Yeah, they'll try for the quick steal, and if not, they'll probably go for the foul.
Bronson and the referee, Russell Merton, coming over to talk with the official at the main table
that's
here
the
right
last
by us.
thing they needed.
And it looks like Mount Healthy maybe had 6 players on the field.
Floor. Oh, yes. Oh, man.
I believe it was Terrell Kirkland. The senior forward was not able to get off the floor in time as these officials meet. You're going to look at that look right now.
Yes.
And it's going to be an interesting call. You're a referee. That's a tough one to call.
It's a tough one, but if you call that in the beginning, you got to call it at the end if you're going to call it. So now they're going to get the 2 shots and the ball.
Yeah, they're going to call the technical. So they're going to send Isaiah Bronson to the line, who's been all right from there tonight, comes in a 72% free throw shooter. And a big free throw coming, he'll make the first.
Right. If you're going to get that violation, you generally get it after a timeout.
That makes it a 2-point game, and the big story here, too, is Northwest gets the basketball back.
They get the basketball back. That's correct.
One more, and Bronson's excellent 2 for 2.
So they're all also in the bonus because that counts as a team foul. So
that's something as a senior, Terrell Kirkland knows not to be out there when we're about to get back to action.
But that's when you get that violation is after a timeout.
So a 3-point game. As Gates will throw it in front of the stands here. Get in the hands of Bronson. Picked up by Willie Stevens with 40 to go. Get it back over to Gates. Gates double team and he'll hand it off up top. And hands it to Isaiah Bronson. 30 seconds left. Got to foul at some point. They're going to get it down low, and there's the foul before they get the shot up. That's going to go on Traviante Thomas as he'll head to the line. And the foul's going to fall on DeAndre Chambers there.
Yeah, Chambers.
That's going to be his 3rd, and that's going to put them in the bonus, too.
Yeah, Thomas is a pretty good free throw shooter, so we'll see. We still got 27 seconds left, so it's a lot of games.
And the first is up and good, so it's a 4-point game now with 26 seconds left, and Mount Healthy's going to have to go down and get a bucket
quickly.
And hopefully get a steal or get a foul here and prolong this game. Thomas, one more. He misses a second. So it's a 4-point game. To the corner to Stevens. And the man now back to the 2-3 here. They're going to swing it to Chambers. And still haven't took a shot. 15 seconds to go. DeAndre Chambers still looking for something. Over to Stevens. He'll line up and gets it blocked
By Thomas.
Treviante Thomas right there using a size advantage over the 5'7" Willie Stevens and the 6'3" frame of Thomas. Swatted out of play with 9 seconds to go. And a change we made here as
Caleb Allen, he's their sniper. He's their sniper. He's their best three-point shooter. This is his first appearance.
in here to Vasker. He'll try to line it up and gets it taken away. And we'll see if they foul. They're just going to pass it ahead, and that will do it. After 32 minutes, the hard-fought victory belongs to the Northwest Knights as they win it 70-66 here at home on this Friday evening in a rivalry matchup defeating Mount Healthy. What did you see in this one you really liked?
Well, what I liked about it was the energy. And the Owls, they came up on the short end tonight, but they gave it their all, and they kept it up-tempo the whole time, which is what left them in this position to be in this game at this late juncture.
Mount Healthy, for being a team that was 2-9, they find a way to give an excellent fight here with a lot of fans behind them on the road. With the loss, they lose their second straight. Meanwhile, for Northwest, they're 2 or 500 with the win, go to 7-5 on the year. For James Johnson and our director tonight, Tony Suarez, and all our crew, my name is John Baldridge, signing off as the Knights win it here at home.